Hello everyone, it's Walter Wong here with the Bold But Gold podcast. We are the podcast that shines a light on people from Singapore who are charting more adventurous paths for themselves. Now, if you've watched any theatre production by Pangdemonium over the last few years, chances are you would have seen today's guest on stage. Or if you caught the Dick Lee biopic, Wonder Boy, in cinemas, then you would also have seen today's guest on screen. From the stage to the silver screen and now direct through your speakers, it's a privilege to have Zach Ibrahim join us on our podcast. Zach has starred in multiple productions with Pangdemonium, including Peter and the Starcatcher and Fat Pig, for which he was nominated for a Life Theatre Award for Best Supporting Actor in 2015. Away from the stage, Zach starred alongside Ben King in the movie Wonder Boy in 2017 and has also appeared in the sketch comedy series We the Citizens, which is available to stream on Toggle. But what might be surprising to most people is that I was actually there with Zach right at the start. Zach's first foray into acting actually came in 2009 in a play that I produced and directed. We also worked together again in 2011 in a remake of Neil Simon's California Suite. Since then, Zach's career in showbiz has skyrocketed, but not before taking in a stint as a show presenter at the Night Safari. Listen out for how that went. Now, it has been wonderful to see Zach's journey from the start, and I couldn't be happier to see him enjoy all his recent success. Zach and I might go back a long way, but until we sat down to record the podcast, we hadn't had the chance to catch up and look back on his journey, so this was really enjoyable for me. Now, even after almost 10 years in the business, Zach's passion for theatre shines through as brightly as ever. So as they say, please sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Well, Zach, thanks so much for joining the podcast.
Hey,
welcome to the podcast. Yeah. Alright, so we've worked together before.
Yeah,
many years ago,
yeah,
10 years ago. And I think what's exciting for me is that we haven't really had a chance to catch up about all your successes since then.
We haven't, This is
No,
like the
we
first time
haven't.
we're in the same room
Yes.
since all that.
Yes.
Holy wow,
Since
yeah.
2010 or 11
Yeah.
or something. So before we talk about your recent stuff, right, there's one thing I wanted to ask that I've never done, and that is, so all the way back then, you had never acted before, and then some random guy asks you to act, okay? Why did you even agree to act in the first place? Like, you didn't even know if you liked it or not.
So the guy who asked me, you know Ben Chow, right? Benjamin Chow.
Oh, it's Ben Chow, yeah.
So Ben couldn't do your piece, right?
Yes.
And then he messaged me. I was on a boat. I was fishing. It was on a fishing trip with a couple of my friends, and I don't know. I just felt adventurous, I guess.
Yeah.
I had tried acting for the first time
Yeah.
ever. Maybe like 6 months prior to that. That's where I met Ben. A friend wrote a play, and then she casted Ben, and then Ben and I became friends. And then Ben drops me a message like, "Hey man, I have to pull out of this play. I feel terrible for doing that. I'm hoping that you could. Are you free these next few weeks?"
Okay.
So yeah, I was like, yeah, okay, cool. I in my holidays, I would have been just like bumming around anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, something fun.
So basically, as a favour to Ben, so you actually didn't know whether you would like it or not. Like, you would have liked it or not.
I had
right?
no idea whether I wanted to do it.
Okay.
It was definitely like a hobby. Okay, shit, why
Okay.
not do this? I've always been quite dramatic, I think. So so let's see how this goes.
Yeah. But you did music before, like you played in a band before that,
Yeah.
right? for fun or something.
Yeah, it was also for fun. You know, I mean,
Okay.
that was mentioned. Oh, we're gonna have rock stars and all the money, but that just doesn't happen here anymore.
Yeah.
Really, in general, I think like all the big
Yeah.
bands are from the 80s, latest 90s, maybe some left. But
Yeah.
yeah. So there was never any serious like goal and plan. Like, okay, we're gonna do this and then we're gonna do that. There was no like structure to it.
Yeah.
It seems to be what you need to make a living.
To make
out of
a
it.
theatre, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, did any of your music things come in handy? I guess maybe it's the voice or something. The voice projection maybe comes in handy.
Dude, I'm so untrained. You know, I mostly yelled into the mic lah. So
Okay.
so now I guess I yell into a stage or yell at an audience. It's a lot of yelling lah, my work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of angry yelling.
Yeah, I like to think less now, but still a lot here and there.
If you think about your first few productions, so I guess the one that we did together and the first few that you did all those years back, right? When you look back at the actor you were back then and now, what's the difference?
Well,
And I guess in good and bad ways.
I don't know. Okay, so let's see. If someone called me and said, "Hey, next week, would you want to do a play?" I don't think I'd jump right in.
Yeah.
I still have my angry moments but it's a lot less. A lot less. I just feel a lot less explosive. Like, I'm getting old, like, dude. It's like.
You're younger than me, right? No, actually, I think we're the same age.
What year born?
I'm 1990.
Yeah, same. You're on this time, right? Your birthday?
June. No,
Hell no,
that's
what
some
am I
time
talking
ago.
Okay. So yeah, 1990.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't you feel that way? It's like
So
I wouldn't react as. Okay, here's an example. Last night, for the first time in my life, like,
Yeah.
look, if Man United is losing a game, I
Yep.
stayed till the end. And last night at the 80th minute,
You
I was
just
like,
left.
nah, I'm gonna go and sleep. And that was like the first time I've done that before. I
Yeah.
just don't. The actor then would get worked up very easily over many things, and
Yeah.
I like to think I'm a bit better with that now. Yeah.
But do you think, like, because you've been in the theatre industry for how many, like, what, this is 9 years? 8, maybe?
Wow, has it been that long? Wow, I suppose.
I'm curious about this. From when we worked together to, I guess, your first few productions with Pangdemonium, which is when I started seeing your name again appear, right? What happened in those years? So it was like 4 years. I know you're Night Safari or something.
Yeah, I did that for a while. That was so fun, man. That was so much fun. Okay, so when you met me, I was studying visual effects in poly.
Yeah.
So yeah, mostly behind the camera stuff. I still am very interested in that, but so I went to NS after.
Mm-hmm.
And after NS, I didn't feel like pursuing what I studied, or working in that field anyway. Decided to do something. Well, I figured stuff out. I did by then work on another play, London Suite, which you all were around for. You
California
were,
Suite,
by then,
wasn't it?
California Suite. That's right.
I was involved in that as well.
You were
but
involved
less
from
heavily.
overseas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Less hands-on, I suppose. Yeah. So that happened while I was in NS, and then that's when I guess there was an idea like maybe I could do a thing with this, but again, like telling yourself like, all right, here I am, Singaporean NSF, I'm going to be an actor. This was just a bit much lah. So I thought I'd do something that would involve me continuing presenting. And growing up, I love animals. I still love them. I felt the need to do something with my hands, and working at Night Safari was just, you're on your feet all day.
So you were running the show? Or?
Yeah, so not right. Well,
As in,
running it is a
you were the
stretch,
guy like with the animals?
Yeah. So I was my official title was animal trainer and presenter. So the daytime, my work day would have started at 2 p.m.
Okay.
Daytime is husbandry, just a fancy way of saying cleaning animals crap, right?
Yeah.
So cutting food for them, cleaning up after them, and then around 5 p.m. we all get showered and dressed to do the show. We did three shows a day. 4 on weekends. Yeah.
Whew. And you were in all, like, you had to be in all of them.
If you were working, and most there was a bit of a shortage of presenters. So like I tell you, man, I got so much like experience there more than anywhere else. I got like the experience of, all right, here's a crowd, and like here's a bunch of like whining kids, that kid's crying, and then over here is a really really upset bunch of that couple where they just fought. That father and mother look like they don't want to be here right now, but okay, at least the kids have a good time. And then there's this whole block here of Japanese people who don't know what I'm saying. So it's just I had to learn how to get a message across to all these people, and you'd be like the same script 3 times, 4 times a night. That stuff.
Yeah,
the words got old.
And then
quickly,
you have to
so.
sound like super excited.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Here is the bird. Well, not a bird, I guess.
Yeah.
It's very much.
Yeah. We had birds.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. So that was after NS. So I did that for about a year, and then I auditioned for Pangdemonium somewhere in there. A friend of mine, Keegan Kang, he is an actor as well.
Yep.
So I met him. That's right. So I did a short film then. I took a day or two off work to just do this short film. It was called I and Jonathan. It was never made. It was they just shot
But did
it
they pay
was-
you more
Yeah, yeah,
importantly?
they
Okay.
pay. Oh man, I'm not cool, man. You gotta pay.
Yeah,
Pay.
yeah.
Come on, we're all working. So yeah, they paid. But the film itself never got fully produced. They just did an extended trailer, like a 3-minute trailer thing, hoping people pick up. But I guess it didn't pull through. But good thing I met Keegan there. Keegan let me know about the Pangdemonium auditions, helped give me a slot, and then from there I auditioned for Pang and got my first proper professional.
Was it Fat Pig? That was the first one?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
That's right.
so okay.
Yeah,
And you were
yeah.
nominated for the Live Theatre Award in that one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's right.
Did you win in the end? I didn't.
No,
Oh,
did
okay.
not, did not.
How were you feeling with the nomination, I guess, and then with the eventual non-victory?
Oh, I took the butter off my toast for it. I was so devastated. Well, look, it was like,
Smashing with that.
yeah, just like, oh, I hate you Straits Times. Why
Yeah.
would you? Nah, it's like, what a awards. Yo. It would have been nice.
Yeah.
It would have been nice. But I'm telling you, man, just reading my name in the papers and like, so an email came first from Tracy, and Tracy's like, Zach, you can't tell anyone yet, but you're nominated. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
What? You know? Yeah, so it was really exciting, and then there was an event here actually where the Esplanade high viewers, listeners were at the Esplanade. The event was here, the awards ceremony, and then it
Was
went
in
to
the Esplanade?
Yeah.
Like, as in like in the concert hall or something?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, the other Erwin Shah was nominated for his performance as well in my category, and Ramesh did Shylock in Merchant, and like Ramesh, right?
Yeah.
So once I saw Ramesh's name there, I said, okay, there's no
Yeah,
chance,
right.
no chance.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was a nice novel thing, but like I remember that finishing, and then I not having work for the next month after that. I'm like, well, this doesn't quite pay the bills, does it?
So I was gonna ask, like,
yeah.
did it up your stature in a way? Was it easier to get?
This is not something for me to consider, lah. You know, I don't know about that stuff, but
Yeah.
there's I did do another piece of theatre work. It was maybe like 3 months later, 3 or 4 months after that. So yeah, I guess some people saw that, but in the end, I think the person who wanted to cast me actually watched Fat Pig.
Okay.
So I think more than anything was them there that
Actually
night,
being
and I
on
happened to have a
stage and
decent
seeing-
night that night, and that more than anything, I like
Yeah.
to think, got me
Yeah.
that next job.
If you think about, so you auditioned, you got the role, right? And then that's when you more or less became like a full-time actor.
Yeah, I quit my job after that.
Yeah,
Night
so you
Safari,
quit at
yeah.
Night Safari.
Yeah.
So when you were going through the thought process, I guess, like, what was it? I mean, it must have been quite scary, right? To like quit and go on your own.
It was a little scary. I mean,
Was it a risk or?
It was definitely a risk. I mean, I knew the risk would be the pay more than money, more than anything, right? And I had accepted that. And already as an NSF, you were living with quite. It's not like I was going from like a bunch of like the riches to like, okay, now I was already on like NSF pay, and bless the Night Safari, you know, the money goes to the animals, I like to say. so I wasn't going from like, oh, now I have no money. So that wasn't so much of a worry, I suppose. That wasn't so much of a worry.
But then family and friends, I guess, like because you didn't grow up you didn't grow up in a family where everyone's involved in drama, right? I think you're the only one, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So what were the reactions, parents?
Yeah, I think my family was all very supportive, you know. They always have been, you know, and I don't know how they do it, lah. They've seen me go through some stupid things, and they've always expressed their pride at me when that newspaper, when the Straits Times thing happened. They were all so proud, you know. Or even just them watching me when they come and watch me do a show, and then they see me on stage, and that curtain, I see them, and there's like a look in their faces, you know, like, you know. So I like to think that's one of the moments I made them extra proud. But they've always been very, very supportive of me. Without them, I cannot do this.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised actually, because like, I don't know, at least if I think about maybe my parents, I think if I said, oh, I want to go into theatre full time, whether it's acting or directing or producing, whatever, I think they would be like, wow, like,
yeah,
really
are you sure? Are you sure? I mean, there were "Are you sure?" and like, this is not easy path you're choosing, man. You know, like you, and I was always, especially because I made this decision when I was a little younger, and now I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah, of course I
Yeah.
can. But yeah, they've been proven right in some ways. It is very difficult. I like to think I don't like to think it's too difficult, but it's not the easiest path that I've chosen.
So I guess what is the main challenge? Like, is it just you constantly every few months you have to find something new?
Yeah.
Unpredictability.
The challenge. What's the challenge? The challenge is managing your time. Challenge is managing your time. I as I've gotten older, I used to really like not having anything to do. Like, all right, I'm gonna go really like all out for these next 2 months, and then for a week and a half at least after, I'm just like. But now, like 2 or 3 days after, like two days after this recent play, and it's like, oh man, I wish I was doing something today. I need to be out there doing something. So maybe I'm getting a bit older. I don't know, but it's biggest thing is time management.
But then I guess, what's the most satisfying part of it? The applause, the process.
Applause is nice.
Yeah.
Process is fantastic. The process is fantastic. When you this recent Peter and the Starcatcher, right? So much of it was devised. Like, a lot of times, okay, we have a ladder, and what are we gonna do with this? You know, and then this ladder at this point is helping Molly fly, and then later on we have the bunting. We have like a bunting because it's a ship at one point.
Oh, okay.
And then
Yeah,
it's like a string with little triangles and decorating, right? Decorative piece. And then later in the second act there's a crocodile. So you wrap
Well,
the
not a real
teeth.
one, right?
Unfortunately not. I tried to ask the Knights of Fire. Well, so the knights the bunting was wrapped around the ladder, and then that turned into a gnashing crocodile's mouth. You know, little things like that. Those are just seeing those things and making it happen. It's like a bunch of grown ass men in the room.
Yeah.
And one poor grown ass lady, well, young lady actually, she was playing a 15-year-old, 14-year-old. Yeah, Karina was fantastic. Yeah. But yeah, so we got all of these like incredible minds all in a room, making things happen. And if you had seen the first rehearsal, you wouldn't believe what it looked like opening night.
Yeah, no. So for me, I think that is the joy. I mean, I'm not worked on the same level of production that you have, but like that to me is the joy when you see like a group of random people coming together, and then, well, I don't know, 5 weeks, 6 weeks later, whatever, you see this like, wow, like something cool coming together.
Yeah. Well, are you gonna go back to it at some point?
I don't know. As a hobby, maybe, but like.
Right.
So when I look at you, it's like there is a different level of talent in terms
of
being on stage as well. I mean so okay, this is what I wanted to ask. Like, how much of what you do right now do you think is talent versus like you've learned it, you've trained up over time, you know, educated yourself on being on stage and all that kind of stuff?
Oh, talent is such a bad word. I have spent a lot of my years being basically shameless, and I don't think you can call that talent. To stand in front of a bunch of people and be an idiot takes a certain amount of thick skin. You know, to call that talent would be ridiculous, I think. But it's taken that. It's been training over the years. I have gone for some classes here and there. I haven't gone to school as a lot of my peers have, but
so that's
helped.
That is something I want to ask as well, because like in the theatre world in Singapore, a lot of people have gone to the same acting schools or school drama programs at the very least, right? But you're like an outsider in a way. I mean, at this point, I like to think when we're all in the room, we're all there. We're all just trying to make something happen. It's dangerous to think that way. A younger version of me might have wanted to get in with the groups a bit more, but as I've gotten a little older, I've come to realize that if you just get down there and do your work, people are still gonna call you back to do work. So I'm but is that
not
an
so
advantage,
keen on being
actually?
called an outsider. An advantage, I don't know. If you were asking me to hire someone, would I want someone with the propensity to just break rules all of a sudden? I don't know if I want to hire someone like that. As opposed to someone who's going to give you what you want. So I'd rather not be called an outsider. Well, okay, so I guess away from stage acting, you've been in a movie. You were in Wonder Boy last year, the Dick Lee biopic. How did that come about? Audition for it. I auditioned for it.
So there was a casting call.
There was a casting call. Okay. We need a Eurasian fella. I already get any casted for, if it's a locally written piece, I'm either Malay or Eurasian. So
Okay.
it's just nice. I mean, most people only have that one.
The one
I used
role.
to complain about it. It's they never write, but then it's Malay and Eurasian part, so it comes around sometime. Work is work lah. Yeah, so audition for that. It was fun, you know. They flew us over to Penang, put us in a hotel. It felt like, this is nice. There's a driver. Cool. Woo. It wasn't all roses, obviously, right?
But
what's the worst I could complain about? One night I had to stay up till 3 working. But then I woke up, you know, there's a swimming pool. There's breakfast, and I was doing another thing back home at the time, so they were flying me back also to.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so.
And how long was the filming?
They managed to do everything in a month. They shot all of it in a month.
Okay, that's
yeah,
pretty fast.
I had no idea it could be done that quickly when I heard a month. So managed to pull it off.
In terms of process, you prefer the movie one? You prefer stage one?
I've heard this from somewhere. These are not my words, but it's something along the lines of film is a director's medium and theatre is the actor's medium. I mean, as the actor in the theatre, you are there from day one devising, and your director will come in with ideas. They will have some ideas, but most directors I worked with in theatre like to see the actors play and make something happen. Whereas film, there's so many like specific things, and maybe you got locations for set amounts of time. So you're always rushing against time, it feels like, when you're on camera. So as an actor, you have to do a lot of the homework yourself beforehand already, which, who likes homework, right? With a child's mind, who likes homework? I still enjoy playing in theatre more, but I want to get better at film, and I think the challenge is the challenge is there. It's there for me to rise against.
What's the main difficulty though? Is it like because it's not linear?
That's tricky sometimes. You know, you gotta. Yeah, when we were filming, like when we were filming Wonder Boy, for example, we had there's a scene in the movie where I get physically aggressive with Ben, playing Dick. And then immediately after that we have dinner break, and then right after that we had a scene where it's like our closest friendship moment. Like, I'm telling you my secrets, don't tell anyone, bro. Kind of. So that kind of thing is tricky. That kind of thing is definitely tricky.
So you basically can't be a method actor. Otherwise, over dinner you're gonna be punching Ben.
Yeah. Credit to Ben, man. He told me like, hey man, just like swing a fist at me. But
you didn't actually make contact, right?
No. Well, I mean, we discussed it lah. I mean, it's like, dude, we've got a lot of takes, you know, just like 3 camera angles. I'm not a boxer or anything, you know, but if I have to punch you like 15 times, we got another scene later, you know, I appreciate that. So in the end, I ended up choreographing the scene a bit. So it was all open hand. Open hand. That way I could go like be a harder impact, you know, like harder swing a bit than having a closed fist. And So it was choreographed.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you wouldn't want to punch a co-actor. That would be not ideal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, boom, boom, boom. We were just punching each other for 3 hours. That was the best shot.
Well, anyway, to me, I think your last 6-7 years have been really impressive.
Thanks, man.
At least from the outside, when I look in, whenever I see your name appear in the news every like 12 months, I'm like, oh wow, like you've ascended the mountain.
Ascended the mountain, dude. What mountain, dude? I am just pushing that boulder up and falling down again, right? Dude, I don't know what the mountain is.
But what I guess what's your future plan or no plan? But are you trying to do more, just like continue acting, do more voiceover stuff, or just whatever comes along you can take?
I love voiceovers. But honestly, I really love voiceover. I've really gotten into them.
You can be dressed in your flip-flops.
What are you talking about? I'm dressed really well right now.
The visual medium of a podcast.
You told me there won't be a camera for this.
Yeah, there wouldn't be.
Sweet. Thanks for that. I like wearing my slippers. This is part of your plan, so I'll be more casual and comfortable. This guy. Clever guy.
So voiceover.
Yeah, voiceovers. Directing is something I want to get into. I studied it.
Oh, you studied?
Not exclusively directing. I had a few modules in it. My
Where?
Ngee Poly. I studied visual effects. So
Oh, yeah, but I didn't know
So
that.
mainly I did the visual effects, but I enjoyed more than anything in school the directing classes and the actual location productions. Yeah, we had a module location production, filmmaking, storyboarding, scriptwriting, all that stuff. I feel like I've left it, and I always had a thought of, I got to make something on camera, and I think the time is coming.
Nice. So, camera directing, is it film directing?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because I actually studied it, and I think to direct something, to have some kind of background in the technical stuff will be important.
Yeah, will you act in your own
Ugh.
short or whatever you're
Maybe
planning?
if I can't cast someone, if I don't want to pay someone, then
Yeah. So do you actually have an artistic message or direction that you're trying to get toward, I guess?
Oh
with
no,
your-
I can't say there's a message. I haven't even got the piece yet. The ideas, scribblings, but nothing concrete yet.
And I guess the last question I have is any other productions coming up that you're acting on stage on? Pangdemonium, anything new?
Oh,
for
no
you?
stage stuff. Not soon. Nothing in the pipeline there. Let's see. Right now, if you watch the Toggle stuff, there's We the Citizens. I mean, a couple of episodes of that. It's a sketch comedy. I love comedy.
Oh,
I feel like I really really love comedy, and this is like an homage to Little Britain.
oh.
So if you're into
okay.
the Little Britain stuff, you might be into this. There's
I am
local
into
flavor to it.
Britain,
Yeah,
so
check it
yeah,
out,
yeah.
man. So there's that sketch comedy style, different characters. Enlai Kumar, Kishan,
The same,
Michelle
yeah.
Wong.
Yeah.
They play a variety of different characters. I just have a bunch of scenes here and there over these
Yeah.
12 episodes. Yeah.
Hopefully you're not a token Eurasian.
No, I
Malay.
was well, there you go. I got the token mat.
Oh dear.
There you go.
Okay.
For a couple of scenes.
But
I like to think there's more than token. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, but you're still on camera, and that's the important part.
Yeah, it's a job of maintaining that visibility
Yeah.
sometimes.
Okay, well, thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.
It's always a joy for me to speak to actors. They see the world in such a different way from how I do, and I always learn something from them. Now with Zach, you can tell that he really does serve his craft. You could just sense his excitement when we talked about the process of staging Peter and the Starcatcher. And I stand by my claim that Zach has an X factor when he is on stage. I hope you could somehow sense it in this episode, but if you couldn't, then you absolutely should check out his on-stage work whenever his next production rolls around. You will not be disappointed. Thanks again, Zach, for speaking on the podcast and for inspiring us with your story. Now, if you like what we're doing on this podcast, then please subscribe and tell everyone that we're here. We're on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and your favorite podcast apps. And we'd also love to hear from you, so get in touch on Twitter and Facebook using the handle @boldbutgold.sg or visit boldbutgold.sg.com. We'll be back again real soon with another episode about Singaporeans who are making bold choices in their lives. I'll see you again real soon.